All right, so in this video we're going to be doing a farm update. We've got 6 out of the 9 goats to kid done. So we're going to come talk about some of the mistakes that we've made, some of the good things that happened, and then kind of just an overview of all the different kiddings that we've had so far. So let's take a peek. So one of the mistakes that we made was not quite being prepared for the number of goats to kid and separating them all. So we have 3 well-made kidding stalls in the front part of our barn, and then we've got 2 larger stalls in the back I'll show you in a moment. And initially we were gonna have those 2 big stalls open, but we ended up needing to move the bucks and wethers last minute. So they're in that stall at the moment with outside access. So we were planning on using that because the buck shelter kind of failed. So we were not expecting that. So we had to kind of makeshift more kidding stalls in a less ideal way, because also this year we decided to kid earlier. So it is now the beginning of February. Ideally we were hoping for end February, March, but again, another mistake. One of our bucks got out, so we said screw it and let's just start kidding a little earlier. So maybe not the best idea in the world because we have some snow outside. Decent amount of snow, so that kind of threw a wrench into our plans also. So initially this was going to be one of the stalls we were going to use. That is now for the bucks and wethers. And this was the other stall that we have now had to divide up into 3s with a gate from the outside greenhouse, as well as a very short dog exercise pen that, if given enough room, they definitely can jump over, which led to some issues in the beginning. We also end up needing to use more milk crates because for the hay, we needed something to put it in. We were hoping that we would have them out in the greenhouse with the whole herd by now, but they have stayed inside a bit longer. The other slight error we made in the beginning was I didn't order the marking harnesses for the bucks in time, so I have exact due dates for half of the herd, and I have estimated due dates on the other half. So that made kidding timing a little bit more of a challenge, because I thought that this traditional doe here was supposed to go a little sooner than she did, so I was very paranoid because she looked like she was going, but she was just massive with 2 giant 11-pound twins. So I was kind of basing off of when I thought I saw them in heat, but didn't actually see them get bred, so that was a little stressful. So another mistake there. Hello, little friend. What are you doing? This is one of the wethers from last year. We actually decided to leave him intact. That's the sibling. They're 2 of 3 kids. We've got the doe out in the greenhouse. But it was partially out of timing and laziness. I didn't want to castrate one. And then also kind of as an experiment to see what the carcass quality looks like and what the difference in their growth rate is, because they were pretty much the same birth weight, same-ish weaning weight. So I want to kind of see the difference between what the meat and marbling and size difference is when it comes time for processing day. Hi, Ozai. The other thing we had to do is separate our little livestock guardian dog friend. He's only a year old. Hi, Bubba. Where's your go puppy? So he is very much a puppy at heart. We had one goat have a stillborn about a month and a half before kidding was supposed to commence. Oh my gosh. Sorry about the chickens squawking. So only reason we had found the stillborn is because we found a little tiny leg in his mouth. So he ate the little stillborn, so I couldn't send it out for necropsy to see what happened, unfortunately, because there's only a tiny leg left. But also where he's immature, doesn't really understand all of the smelly, lovely things from kidding. could potentially be an appetizing snack. So until he's a little more mature, we didn't want him unsupervised with kidding goats, especially we had so many first timers that aren't quite as, we're not sure what their mothering ability is. So we want to make sure that we set him up for success and that nothing accidentally happened. So we've been trying to let him in on some of the kidding process, but it's usually not till much later because I also don't want to stress the girls out, especially the first timers. So it's kind of been a balance of what's the right thing to do to get him used to dealing with kidding mamas and what's the risk and stress to mom. But that way also we're setting him up for success when he actually is going to be outside with them next year. So it's kind of been a little bit of a work in progress. And then really the good things have just kind of been lots of really healthy babies. We've been pretty resourceful to kind of fix the mistakes that we've made. Hi, Puddle. And we're very thrilled with this first-time mom that we got from a breeder along with our buck 2 years ago. And she has been a phenomenal mom. She's given us the best kids so far on the ground. So we're thrilled with those two tiny nuggets who are sleeping. We've got some color this year with our colored dapple buck. Can't really see it on him, but they're quite cute. And then we have escapee chickens on a somewhat regular basis. It's always the same one or two. Go home. We've got to take this chicken wire down still. It's from when we had the ducklings in here. This is Cruella's baby. Our black-headed mom. She's my favorite. This is Toph with her 3 identical triplets. We're sleeping on a little cuddle puddle in the corner. And then this is Katara's boy. She's our oldest doe. Actually gave me trouble this year. I had to help pull him a little bit. And then she had a mummified fetus, which is no fun. She always gives us multiples. So that's a little summary of where we're at in the kidding process so far. And just some video of cute babies running around having fun.